People often ask what I mean when I call myself a moral subjectivist, so I thought I'd put together a quick video explaining exactly what I mean when I talk about moral subjectivism. Okay, so on my view, moral subjectivism is the conjunction of two propositions. The first is that indexed moral propositions are truth-apt. The second is that the truth value of indexed moral propositions is contingent on the attitude of the subject that they're indexed to. Now I'm going to break down all the language there, then we're going to return to those two propositions, and I'll explain why I think both are true. So, firstly, what's meant by proposition? Proposition just means statement capable of having truth value. The sky is blue. Leprechauns are on fire. The CN Tower is 1,000,000 meters tall. Those are just statements that can be true or false. How are you doing today is not a proposition, that's a question. Cheeseburger is not a proposition, that's a noun. Okay, now within the category propositions, there is a subcategory, moral propositions. Moral propositions are just those propositions that use moral language, so terms like right, wrong, good, evil, etc. Now within the category moral propositions, there are two subcategories, unindexed and indexed. The distinction between the two is that in the case of unindexed moral propositions, we're not told who the thing in question has moral status for, whereas in the case of indexed moral propositions, we are told who the thing in question has moral status for. So an example of an unindexed moral proposition would be, it's wrong to engage in sophistry. We're not told who it's wrong to engage in sophistry for, we're just told that it's wrong full stop. That's why this moral proposition is unindexed. An example of an indexed moral proposition would be, for Isaac, it's wrong to engage in sophistry. Obviously, this is a false moral proposition. But the reason that this moral proposition is indexed is because in this case, we're told who the thing in question is wrong for.
Class now beginning. Journey to the sky.
This is a response to Ask Yourself's video titled Moral Subjectivism. In his video, Ask Yourself gives his redefinition of moral subjectivism. Now, the first question would be, why? Moral subjectivism already has a perfectly good definition, and the standard definition of moral subjectivist also applies to Ask Yourself. In fact, it's a better description of his position than the definition he made up. But anyway, the main issue is that his definition is ridiculous. He says the truth value of indexed moral propositions is contingent on the attitude of the subject they're indexed to. An indexed moral proposition is one in which we are told who the thing in question has moral status for. For example, for Isaac, it's wrong to engage in sophistry is an indexed moral proposition. But this proposition is just ascribing an attitude to Isaac, so of course it's contingent on his attitude. So we've reduced his subjectivism to, your attitudes are contingent on your attitudes. Well, duh, this is totally uncontroversial. So all Ask Yourself has done is redefined a word and fucked it up. He took a position people actually debate about and changed it into something that basically everyone agrees with. On his definition of moral subjectivism, you can be a moral subjectivist and a moral objectivist. So this definition is obviously just posturing. The point of it is to look technical. When put in plain English, you can easily see that his definition is a joke. And this isn't the first time Ask Yourself has thrown together some unnecessary technical jargon in an attempt to show off. For example, look at one of his older versions of Name the Trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Class now beginning. Journey to the spire. Destroy this tower that controls thought. Class now setting. Journey through the dark. Destroy this tower. Bring hope to war. Will we ever know who they are? These destructive ones, bringers of the dark. Will they achieve their bloody conquest?